So just taking a run out. I don't know if, I suppose not everybody will know that's tuning on the channel, but Ireland is officially back in lockdown, level 5 restrictions, so it pretty much means that they're giving out fines if you're further than 5 kilometers from your home. So it's a wee bit, it's definitely, it's not ideal, and it's just not worth the risk of fines. It's getting pretty serious with this stuff at the moment, so I can't really go very far. But the reason I'm out today is I've actually got my motorbike test, my full bike test, in the next couple of days. I'm just out to try and get a bit of practice in. I'm taking obviously my Yamaha XSR700 to do my test, and it's good because I'm quite used to it at this point. So I'm hoping that all goes well. But yeah, I'll hopefully get my full test, and I don't have to do any repeats. And I guess I'm hoping I didn't pick up too many bad habits being out my own as well. I probably have. I think we all do after a while. So I guess I just have to freshen things up, keep me riding as try and keep myself as clean as possible. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. So as you can probably see, I've got 1,340 kilometers on my XSR at the moment now, and yeah, so far I've really enjoyed ownership. We've been lucky in Ireland for this last month. We've got quite a lot of dry spells, so we've been making the most of it, trying to get out as often as possible. Again, I suppose just trying to get as much practice in for my full test. It would be nice actually just before the harsh winter comes in to have a full motorbike license. So I'm really hoping that I can get it and get off the yellow vest, which in Ireland you have to wear an L vest as a learner permit holder, and well, it's no big deal, it's just a vest, but I would ideally just get through, pass this test. But yeah, so far in terms of ownership, the XSR has been an absolute dream as a first bike. I had a few questions by people asking me, well, one question in particular was, is it an intimidating first bike? And I would definitely say it isn't at all. It really is quite it's really well geared. It's quite you know, it's more of a torquey bike, so you're not going to get that immediate kind of super bike feel. It's just a really nice kind of cruiser. And look, I'm a learner as well, and I really wouldn't tell people if I didn't think it was a good first bike. I'm as novice as the next man in terms of only getting on the motorbikes this year. So, you know, obviously it just depends on a lot of things, you know, how you want to ride. I think as well that you can ride this bike very gently and enjoy it and get used to it, and have it a great first learning bike, you know. And it's also taps into that audience for even for any type of rider, really, you know. If you really want to ride this thing hard, and there's plenty of performance in it for even an advanced rider. As you could probably seen, these things that are they are quite happy going onto a single wheel, onto the rear wheel. and there is plenty of power. See, that's the type of riding there I would probably lose my licence on, but anyway. Just wanted to give it a wee kick, but as you can see I stopped at the traffic light, so okay, haven't killed no one. But yeah, it's got every type of kind of, it's got something for everyone, you know. It's just a nice bike to ride. It's quite light, it's not heavy, it's good power, plenty of torque, you know, comfortable. I find the riding position suits the type of style that I wanted. It's more upright. I'm 39. Of course, I'm not by no means old, but I really have no interest in sports bikes. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but I just don't really like. I don't like that crouched down position of riding. At this point, I just like to cruise and enjoy maybe a bit more distance and not have any back issues. So that's the reason I went for the XSR. And I went for styling, obviously, as well. It's got that retro classic look. I've always kind of, if you probably see, I've kind of got an old collection of cars, and it's yeah, I just like that retro kind of 80s kind of vibe. So most things that I buy is often of that era. So having a bike that's styled in such a way really suited me, you know. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope anybody that's tuned in on the channel. I don't really post that regularly, and I know a lot of people are very interested in buying an XSR. I really hope you're keeping well during this lockdown, and I hope your families are well during this COVID-19. It's been one fucking shit year. I think I can say that for all of us. And it's been, you know, mentally draining for myself and everybody. So look, I know if anybody's getting their tight at the moment, you know, just keep her positive, try and do your best. We're all fucking feeling it. So I just want to wish everyone well, and I hope you're all doing good. Yeah, so I really love the bike. It's a really nice bike. I haven't had, I know there's only low miles on it right now, but I haven't had any trouble. You know, of course you wouldn't expect any at this point, but you know, no glitches, no issues. Had it in for its first service at 1,000 kilometers, and yeah, it's been riding as good as it has been since I bought it. I certainly think that I chose well for my first bike. I didn't want anything too powerful, so I think the XSR700 would have been a bit too much for me at this point as a novice rider. That type of power is just not where my skill level is at right now, and you know, I don't want for any more power. I think that's the good thing about the XSR700. You know, it's not a super bike, it never will be, but it's got respectable power. It's got enough. You know, it's certainly, it'll keep up with many. So it's not a slow bike by any stretch of the imagination. So we'll just give her a wee bit of wheel here just to demonstrate that pickup on it is not an issue. And we got a Z3 in front of us. You don't see many of those on the road anymore, and it's one of the better ones. It's a 2.8i. But yeah, if you're buying a motorbike, you're a beginner rider, you really can't go wrong. The XSR700 is a great first bike. Braking wise, fine, you know. I haven't had a you know, touch wood, I haven't had any close calls quite yet, but I'm somebody that's being very careful on the road. I respect the road a lot, because shit, on a bike you don't have any you have no protection, so you really have to be that extra careful. And it's not yourself often, it's just other drivers are not paying attention, and you really find that much more when you're on a motorbike. You see people are always on their phones. It's a bit fucking scary, and it really doesn't entice me to be on a motorway. So I know if you're like me and you're on a learner permit, you can't actually go on a motorway anyway. But it's actually bad enough. It's bad enough when you're floating around the city and you look under the car, or you're at the traffic lights. You know, everybody's just sitting on their phones. It's just the way things are. They've tried to obviously crack down on it, but you know, it just doesn't give you any peace of mind riding on a road and knowing that people are not paying attention. So it's literally just that one split second that is your chance of being alive or dead. So it's just worth taking every precaution and not taking any risks. And it's easier said than done. I'm 39, you know. If you'd have told me that when I was 20 years old and you gave me a 700cc bike, I wouldn't have fucking listened. That's the fact. It would have been just youth, and motorbikes I don't think is a really good idea. But that was just I don't want to kind of put my own idiocy as a youth on any other young people. I'm sure there's very mature young riders out there, and you know, they're not going to take too much risks and they just want to enjoy it. And of course there's speed demons, and there's people take a lot of risks, and you know, it's up to yourself. It's actually a beautiful day in Dublin. So if you don't know where I am, I'm living in Dublin. I'm from the north, but I've been living in Ireland, for Republic of Ireland, for a couple of years now, and it's home. So. It might look bad when I'm turning my head at all these women running past, but I just want to make sure that they're you know, if my girlfriend's watching, I'm not actually looking at them. I'm just making sure that they're not causing a risk to me riding. So please, I always check for risks as you're on your bike. So there was definitely reports on these bikes that, you know, the suspension wasn't great. It's not too bad, honestly. It's fine. City riding, it's 100%. I don't really have any issues with it. And saying that, I don't have any experience in other motorbikes, so compared to others it might be that good, I don't know, but for me I don't feel any issue. Any modifications? I haven't done anything. I really haven't. I wanted to just pass my test. I wanted to just pass my motorbike test. That was my priority, and maybe next year just keep modifications very light. I don't think this bike needs too much at all. So I probably will go for that as a Akropovic exhaust system, which is definitely brings the sound of the engine out a lot more. I've seen the K induction kit as well, so I might maybe go for, see if it's worthwhile upgrading the induction kit. I would love to do the tail tidy, so if anybody's watching these videos on the XSRs as much as I am, I pretty much watched them all I think at this point. The tail tidy is actually really nice. That's one thing that I don't really like about this bike. As standard, they designed it so well. Everything right through this bike is beautifully designed, down to the colour and the layout. But the tail is kind of like it's haphazard, and you know, there is a lot of kind of additional wee components for a tail tidy, and it's worth doing because it just looks a lot better. It just cleans the bike up. It takes away that kind of extended look from on the rear. So yeah, that's one of the first upgrades I think. And then for riding in the winter, look, it's what is it? It's going on in November, so I don't have winter gloves. I'm still on summer gloves. It's not too cold, but I don't have the heated grips, so I probably will go for the Oxford heated grips at some point, just to get a bit of riding on the winters as well, just to keep the bike ticking over any nice fresh days. Hopefully just get it out and enjoy it, you know. I don't want to be one of these people that just takes their bike out in the winter or in the summer months. It's pointless. I would rather I try and use it as much as I can. I didn't buy it just to sit it in the garage. In fairness, I do have a few things in a garage, but they're older vehicles, so it's more of a collection piece, you know. Bikers and trainers, there you go. I went out and bought the gear. I was like, oh, I'll just be safe, you know, but you're still riding around cities and stuff, you see that people are just wearing normal jeans and normal runners. I suppose the proof in the pudding is if you come off a bike, see how well you come off, but I don't intend to test that out myself. I'd just rather be safe. And I know lots of countries. I remember being in Florida. I lived in Florida for a while, a long time ago, and yeah, bikers there wore shorts, singlet, no helmet, and it was crazy, you know. I actually witnessed two bikers killed outright in the motorway. Helicopters had to come in, take the bodies away. It was pretty horrific. There was none left of them. So yeah, I think having the right equipment and the right gear, you know, mightn't save, but if it saves some level of damage, then you're better with some layer of protection on. But I hope you're enjoying the ride through Dublin. As I say, I've went past the 5 kilometre limit at this point, but fuck it. It's just a weird time in the world. Everybody's fucking in lockdown and gonna get under lockdown. Has there ever been a stranger time to be alive? Probably not. Yeah, and just want to say thanks for everyone for the feedback. I did do one video and it was a bombed. You know, I got a couple of complaints by people, and rightly so. I talked about the bike for about, I don't know, 15 minutes, and I didn't even show anybody a picture of the bike or even a snapshot, so it was just me talking shit. So yeah, sorry. Oh, Jesus, not so steady. It's an absolutely beautiful day. This is a nice day just for a wee ride and enjoying the bike. So I really don't know much about these motorbike tests. I know I'm hoping I'm safe enough, and I hope I don't fuck it up. You just never know who you get, and you just never know, you might have a bad day as well. So I'm just hoping that I don't fuck it up and have to reset again. But in terms of riding, it's one of the... If you're buying a bike for a couple of years, it's your first bike, or you're even an intermediate rider, I don't see why you wouldn't buy an XSR700. Unless you're a speed demon that's looking to go a million miles an hour, you know. If you're looking for something light, a nice ride around the town, you know, maybe you're using it to go to work and back, or you just want it for a wee blast up a country road, I really don't think you can get much better. And from the reviews of more senior riders, they seem to love it as well. Other bikes that I was kind of looking at, I like the Ducati Scrambler. I was looking at the BMW R9T, and what else? I was looking at the BMW R9T, and I was looking at I love the Harleys and stuff, you know, but I just figured it would be too heavy. What is this? I just figured it would be too heavy. Yeah, I think the BMWs and the Ducati R9Ts were more expensive. Could have really want to pay that bit extra. The reviews on them were just, no, some of them weren't as good even as the XSR. The BMW is quite an older engine. It's a big unit as well. I think it's a 1200, so it was, you definitely feel the vibrations in the bike. And I just figured I don't really want that kind of old style of engine quite yet, and I didn't want the width either, which made me choose want a lighter bike. I didn't want to go for like a 500 or a smaller engine. I wanted something that was actually quite you know, quite modern. So yeah, when I seen the XSR, I just fell in love with it. I wanted one, and that was my decision made, really, you know. And I've no regrets, really, no regrets. It's quite economical, and it hasn't let me down at all. And in fact, the more improved a rider I've become, you know, the more my confidence goes up. I'm finding that I'm enjoying it even more because the bike is far more capable than I am. I don't know what this woman is doing, so I'm just going to sit back a bit, hoping. Right, hold up.